Hi everyone, I am Miguel Lizarazo, researcher in the climate action team of the Alliance of Biodiversity International and CIET. Today I will tell you more about the prioritization process that contributed to the co-design of climate-smart investment portfolios in Guyana. This process involved different local actors in the agricultural sector who know the most appropriate practices and technologies to address food and nutrition security problems and strengthen the adaptation and mitigation capacity of agriculture in the country, particularly in regions 3 and 9, where there are ongoing efforts to build climate change adaptation at the local and national levels. However, these actions require a more holistic understanding, including multiple perspectives of the heterogeneity, diversity, and importance of agricultural production systems. But at the same time, this increases the complexity of planning and making decisions. Therefore, helping strengthen of farmers' capacity and know-how to make climate-smart choices is crucial and requires in-depth understanding of the local socioeconomic context and the suitability of priority practices in an agroecological farming systems. In the prioritization component of the project, which used the Climate-Smart Agriculture Prioritization Framework, or CSAIPs, intended to meet three main objectives. The first was to implement with our project partners a framework that provides a systematic process for targeting CSA investments that boost the sustainability of Guyanese food system. The second was to identify climate-smart practices, the costs and benefits of implementing these practices at the scale, and possible opportunities and barriers to adoption. The third was to contribute to optimize subnational and national planning, promoting a participatory process to develop CSA investment portfolios for small-scale farmers. The CSA prioritization framework is a participatory decision-making process designed as a flexible and holistic tool to support information-based CSA investments. In Guyana, the framework was divided into four main phases. First, the definition of the context and scope of the study and the initial assessment of CSA options, together with the project steering committee integrated by multiple national institutions and stakeholders. Second, the assessment of CSA practices and identification of top options through a series of regional workshops, followed by the calculation of the economic costs and benefits and potential externalities of these top options through focus group discussions with farmers and experts. And finally, an evaluation of the opportunities and barriers to adoption of priority practices to create the investment portfolios. During the process, about 100 stakeholders participated to generate, evaluate, and validate the information used to design the different investment portfolios in the regions. But what are CSA investment portfolios? In a sense, they are context-specific selection of agricultural practices and technologies that seek to maximize investment yield, minimize socioeconomic and environmental trade-offs and risk, and address priorities of agricultural stakeholders. These stakeholders include farmers, academics, researchers, the private sector, government, institutions, international development organizations, and NGOs, among others. Finally, the main findings from our research and the prioritization process are: the CSA investment portfolios identified 22 CSA priority practices suitable for relevant crops in both regions. These portfolios highlighted the need to focus on water management, farming system diversification, and sustainable crop management to underpin food and nutritional security, adaptation, and mitigation opportunities. For example, priority practices recognized in both regions included water-efficient irrigation systems, drainage systems, monitoring and conservation of natural habitat as part of integrated pest and disease management strategies, as well as diversification of farm production through crop rotation or uses of stress-tolerant varieties. If implemented incrementally, CSA portfolios are attractive to small-scale farmers because they represent greater economic and environmental benefits as compared to conventional production. However, in some cases, they might imply relatively high startup costs, which lengthen the payback period of investments, situation influences by other factors such as slow access to finance and value-added markets. Positive environmental impacts include as biodiversity, carbon sequestration and emission reduction, conservation of natural ecosystems, and climate change mitigation. In contrast, negative environmental impacts might be related to large infrastructure development and large-scale farming expansion that are a threat to the conservation of the Rupununi wetlands, one of the most important ecosystems in Guyana. Finally, there is room for improvement of regional innovation programs and initiatives to strengthen actions around research, knowledge sharing, and opportunities generation for sustainable livelihoods diversification, reducing farmers' high dependency on single livelihood sources, external agricultural inputs, and low diversity of crops. Thank you for your time and attention. Please check out the food profiles for more useful information that can help make Guyana's food systems more sustainable in the face of climate challenges.